Hello, hello, good morning, Stampers. It is Nemi Bestone here, coming to you from Nemi's Crafty Cafe. I am located just 20 minutes northeast of Winnipeg, and so happy to be here today. It is Friday. So hello, Friday, and hello to a last card of the week's series. And just a few reminders. Now that it's July, it means it's a new month. So I would like to thank all my supporters or customers who placed an order with me last month. How many do we have here? I actually wrote down. I think there's 10 orders that came in. So I'll be kitting at least 12 to cover everything. And so you'll be receiving, if you place an order with me last month of $60 or more, then you're going to get a free card kit for July, and we'll craft together at the end of the month. So sorry, my frog in my throat or something. So this month we have coming up, ending on July 10th, is, oh, my phone just wants to go elsewhere. Let's just fix that a bit here. My camera, it doesn't want to sit nice. So I'm just trying to fix it here. It keeps wanting to curve itself. Maybe I have to go this way. I don't know. Okay, I'll just move this a bit. So Paper Pumpkin ends on July 10th. Oh my gosh, it's July 10th. Reminder that if you place $100 or more, you can add on the Begonia Bell 168592 for $7. Mine is still on its way, so I will hopefully have a series or for you at the end of the month. And then, of course, if you do order this, you'll also get a free card kit from me. Have you ever thought about saving money and getting discounts and having FOMO? Well, we have a new starter kit. It's now going to have a welcome package in it instead of a bunch of supplies. And so you can join for $135. You get free shipping and you only pay GST. And you're going to get this beautiful, gorgeous welcome box that'll have a block in it, a pen, a snack pack, garbage can, a card kit. I can't remember what else. A letter from Sarah and a coupon to spend on your first order. Super excited. I'm going to get mine too, so hopefully I can share that with you and show you what the inside looks like. I know there's a video for it, so maybe I should go find it and then I can share that with you as well. And then don't forget, I know there's still stuff that are not available. It's very difficult to forecast. Just had a leaders meeting yesterday and we talked about that and how you think you can sell one thing and then the next thing you know, it's like completely sold out. But, you know, they work very hard at trying to get things going. So make sure you mark that you're to be notified because things come in and then things go fast. So that is what happens. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Christine. Thank you for joining me today on my last 9 a.m. show. So I'll be coming to you next week, later in the evening. And there'll be a few kinks, but I think I can hopefully work them all out real quick. So today is the last day of our card series on All Aflutter. Super excited and have had lots of fun with it. I love punches because they make life so easy. And you can easily turn cards into something real quick. And today I'm going to share a fun fold using this one. And it was inspired and cased by Lisa Curcio. It's not a new fun fold. I've seen it done many times and it's been on my wish list. And so I was looking for it. And then, so Lisa Curcio thankfully did a recent post on it. And she also gives you a project sheet and she gives you everything on how to assemble it. She's very good at giving you some instructions, sometimes too good and too detailed in my opinion, but you know, but to each his own. Hello, Margaret. Thank you for joining me today. Happy Friday. So the sun is shining. And so I'm hoping today, the mosquitoes are just horrible. I really don't want to be outside, but I gotta finish my garden because next week I'm back at work. Retirement has ended. Okay, so this is our fun fold. Let me just double check and see what it's called. So Lisa Curcio calls it expanding panel step card. I don't know, I'm just gonna call it a fun fold, but it does expand and go out like this. So I guess in a way it is an expanding panel. Panel meaning there's 3 panels to it. So I'm going to share that with you. And today I chose to use the one of my favorites, Delicate Dreams Designer Series paper. It's so beautiful and fun, and it's got splashes of copper through it and has 6 coordinating colors with it, which is one of which is our new in colors. And so the blues, I love the blues. So we're going to make this one today. So I'm going to drop you down a bit so you can get a better view. I'll make sure I can see you all and see how delayed I am. So I'm trying something new and seeing if I can, and there's still quite a bit of delay. So that's just not working. So I tried to hardwire into our Wi-Fi and it doesn't seem to change much. Okay, so this is our card base here. So our card base is actually 9.5 inches long, but it's still 4 1/4, which means it'll still fit in your standard envelope. And you're going to need to use a scoring tool. What? No sun here. Darn clouds. I will miss your morning hush. Oh, thank you very much, Margaret. Thank you. And I don't know, I'm kind of glad there's clouds because I don't want, so when I started cleaning my garden, it was like plus 30. And then we had to move 2 yards of soil. And I say we loosely because really, the person that did most of the work was Benjamin, my oldest, my middle child. And so I was like, thank you. Thank you for being so strong. Okay, so, and then speaking of, now my oldest child just pulled into the driveway. So it's gonna, if it gets a little loud, it's because everybody is home today. What's going on? Okay, so you're gonna need your arm because you're gonna pull that out. Now, if you have a scoring tool, use that. I think that's a lot easier, but mine's buried somewhere, so I'm not pulling it out. Okay, and this end looks a little crushed, so I'll switch it. So you're gonna take first we gotta make our card base. So that is 5 1/2. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So we're gonna line that up, and there's our base there. And now that we're 5 1/2, we're gonna move 1 inch until we get to the end. So 5 1/2 plus 1 inch is 6 1/2, and we're just gonna score 1 inch all the way until we get to the end. So then again, so we did 6 1/2, now we're gonna do 7 1/2, and we have space for 1 more, so the last one will be 8 1/2. And remember, the card is 9 1/2 inches long. Okay, so here's the tricky part. I'm wondering if I have something I can mark this with so you can see it. Okay, I guess you can kind of see it, the score lines, because I can see them there. But just to make it easy, yeah, you're not going to see that. And I don't have a pencil or something. Oh, wait. Let's use a pencil crayon, because I can probably then erase that a bit. So let me grab the white pencil crayon so you can see, because this is probably the trickiest part of all. Okay, so we're going to turn it this way, and we're going to note that you have one, okay, maybe the pencil crayon won't work. You got one there, you got one here, and another one here, and then plus our 5 1/2, right? So let's see. Oh yeah, you can see it a bit. So we're going to turn it so that all of our score lines are at the top. And we're going to work a little backwards. It's just easier. So we're going to line it up to 1 1/2 inches. And if you watch our video, I'll tag it here in the notes. You know what? Let me do that right now before I forget. So I'm going to copy the link and I'm gonna add it here in the notes. So it's to her YouTube video. And then if you want to watch again, although mine is just as good as hers, but all her information's there. So then that way you can, in her comments, she has a link to the project sheet. She has a link to everything. So, okay. So the nice thing about a paper trimmer is you have lines along here, and you should have horizontal lines on yours. So we're at 1.5 inches right now. And so what we're going to do is we're going to score it down to the first line, or the first score line, I should say. So I'm going to take this, and I know my first score line is at 1 inch, right about there. So I'm just going to score up, just because I can use it. So I should be at 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to go in to 3/4 of an inch and line that up. And then I'm going to score all the way to my third score line. Okay, so I'm going to line that up. So my third score line is at 3 inches. So I'm going to line that up at 3 inches and then just score back up. That's just easier for me that way. Okay, so then now you can see I've got 2 score lines there. And then 1 here, and then going horizontal. Oh, it's actually showing up pretty good. Oogly doogly. So let me just clean this up. Okay. Now, you need scissors. So, just need no pencil crayons. So now we're just going to take our scissors, and we're going to do this fun thing. And we're going to, I should just use my pencil crayon. I'll show you. Because I don't know if she did that in hers, but okay. So we're going to cut here. She does show you where to cut, where to score. And then we're going to go at an angle from here to here. I'm going to use my ruler because I don't want to draw, although I could probably draw a pretty good line. And we're going to go at an angle. And then we're going to cut here. And then we're going to go at an angle again. Now you can do this with any designer series paper, like any pattern paper you like, and then to help that you really enjoy. I don't know what I just did there, but that was funny. Okay, so you're gonna cut here along that score line you did at 1.5, just like that. Okay, just to the score line, and then you're gonna turn it, and you're gonna do the angle to the other score line in the corner, just like that. And then we're going to turn it again and trying to get in there. And then we're going to cut along this score line, which was at 3 1/4. And then we're just going to cut along the top. Am I there? Yeah. Not the squiggly line, but the straight line. And then you get that. So this is your offcut piece. And there is, so this is your garbage piece, and then there is your base. Okay? Any questions? Awesome. Pretty easy peasy, right? So I'm just going to grab my eraser, which is not here, and I'm just going to clean these marks up. So I'm just going to use what eraser I have available. Not like it matters, because you're likely not going to see it anyway. And then this now becomes garbage. Okay. So I'm flipping it over, so now it's to my left because this is my card base, and I prefer to go right, left, right, sorry. So we're just gonna fold that in half now and grab my bone folder, and that is now our first line. So now, we're gonna fold like an accordion, pretty much. I think that's what I said the name was. And then we're gonna fold again. Just making sure we're straight, especially along the bottom. Now these are all 1 inch panels, right? 1 inch strips, 1 inch folds. And then you fold again like that. So there you go. It is done. So now you just need 2 panels, one that goes here and then another that goes here, hence the name. And then you need some designer series paper to actually go and fill that in. So like I said, we're using Delicate Dreams. whatever it's called. And then I've got a piece here that's 4 by 5 1/4, and that's gonna go here. I just realized I forgot to cut my panels. Okay, and then we're gonna use another piece that's gonna go in on this one, but we need a base for it. And then we've got another piece, which is the last one, that's gonna go here. And that's how you get your 3 panels. Okay, and then we need some stuff for stamping. So let me get my secret seed because I forgot to cut the other panel. So let's grab that. The 2 panels, I should say. Duh, forgot the other 2 panels. How's that work, right? Okay, so for this panel here, we'll just go work backwards. So this one doesn't need a panel because it's the base. And then we need this one here. So this one will cut a 1/4 inch bigger, right? So then this one will be, so we need a piece that's 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. So I'm just gonna grab this. Okay, so I'm gonna go 3 1/2. Oh wait, I better make sure this is, yeah, we're good. Okay, so we're gonna go 3 1/2 because I screwed up, or I didn't screw up, I just forgot. 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. There we go. So then that will go in the middle. And then we need one for the end, or for the front. So then we're gonna go 2 3/4. Two 3/4 by 3 1/2. Ooh, my stomach's growling. That's a first. I don't know why. I've been so hungry lately. Maybe it's the heat or the anxiety of going back to work. Although this has been work, don't get me wrong. As much fun as I have, and doing something that I love, it's still work. Okay, so now this, see, that fits there, and this fits here. Now I want to point out, if you forget what measurements, then this whole length is pretty much the same height as this. Because remember, when you look here, we have straight lines, and that's pretty much what we're doing, is that this piece will fit in this straight piece here. So you're flush, and then your other smaller one, which is 3 1/2 inches tall, fits there. So you're pretty much flush, right? And then your designer series paper goes here. So I wanted to do a card that kind of like, you know, has like a bit of canvas-like paper and makes things look like it's on display. Like, you know, have you ever seen where they have like canvas and then they put like all these different butterflies or moths or collections or whatever, and they pin them to them? That's kind of what I wanted to do here, but this is way too small and I couldn't do it as perfectly as I wanted to. So there you have it. So that's that, and then that's what goes here. Okay, so before we glue that down, let's get some of our stamping done. So I have a strip here, and I didn't know which way I wanted to go, so I have 2 options. So I can do a full strip, which I kind of like but don't like, because I feel like this whole top piece is kind of bare. And so I thought I would break it out more. Hi, good morning, Barb. Thanks for joining me. It's so nice to have you here live versus replay, so thank you. Okay, so we're going to stamp that with the 1 sentiment I haven't used yet, which is "You are so appreciated." At least I don't think I have. We'll double check after. So I'm using Secret Seed, and I'm just going to stamp that on here. And this is a nice, simple font. And since I can't get my head in there, I'm just going to go sideways here. And then I'm just going to stamp that straight down, hold for a second, and lift straight up. And voila. There it is. Okay, and then we're going to grab our embossing kit. And I got a little piece of white scrap here as well. And we're going to heat emboss our butterflies. Now, I'm going to try one of the different butterfly sets. So this one here, I used gold and then did it in, used the simpler, let's see, and use this one. So I'm going to try this one in copper. I don't know. If it looks ugly, it's fine. We can just redo it. But I thought I would try it out and see what it looks like. Because this is actually, bronze is more of the color that matches. So we'll see how it goes. That's what I'm here for, to show you what not to do. So, so we're just going to add adhesive. Adhesive? Oh my goodness. We're going to add Versamark. Excuse me. The frog came back. Oh, and I have like I think they're tree frogs. Because there's so many that were in my garden. And my garden has this big tree that marks where we got married in our yard. And so I'm like, why are there so many little frogs? And so then I was thinking, oh, it's got to be tree frogs. Like, what else would it be? Okay, so just looking here. Oh, it doesn't show me a time. Okay, they're painting the exercise room. Oh, really? No workout. Well, you could go for a walk. Although it is pretty noisy with all that construction. So I guess maybe that won't be fun either. So I'm going to grab my embossing tweezers. And then we're going to put this on top. Let's see if this actually works. Because I don't know. I was worried that the butterfly lines might be a little too thick. So let's see. Yeah, see, it looks very thick. So I don't know. We might have to do it again. Which doesn't take much. But I wanted to see what it would look like. Because I was like, oh, I'm curious. Because it is a very thick stamp. So you can see the difference there. Like this one is super thick compared to the thin. So you get a lot more white showing through. But I don't know. It might look fine. Let's see. So we have, I think, enough powder on there. I'm going to grab my heat tool now. Give it a second to heat up. And then we're going to run that through. I hope this works. Joy of being Facebook Live. Okay. Well, it doesn't look too bad. It is a lot stronger. Okay. So there's the one. Like, you just don't see it as defined, I think. What do you think? I'm just going to make sure I got it all. So, let's see. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think so. I'm just going to heat the middle here. This one looks like it's not fully melted. But I think we are. Okay, so let's try. I'm going to pull out, you know what, I'm going to pull out another piece just in case. Well, I'm just curious. It's not just in case. And I'm going to, this is a big one. Why do I have such a big one? Okay, so we're going to try the other one as well because I want to see what it looks like. So I grab this. Let that fall nice. Polymers, because when they stretch, you want to make sure they fall back into place. Okay, and then we'll add some Versamark ink. And then you can tell me which one you like better. Because I don't know. I'm not too sure about this one versus this one. I think this one is better because it doesn't smush into the detail as much. So I feel like in the beginning of the week when we use that one, it works a lot better on cardstock. When you want cardstock as your, oh, I stamped that backwards. You like the color? Okay. So you like this one here, the one I just did, right? So it looks more bronzy. Okay. So Christine has responded. So we might go with her suggestion because she was the first. But I'll just show you the other. Because I did that one in gold. So this one will be in copper. And then you'll see, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've made a mistake. And I stamped upside down. Do you understand why I'm saying I stamped upside down? Because my punch can't get in here. So, let's see. Okay, so there's the bronze, and you can see a lot more white in comparison to the first one I just did, which is pretty much full color. Okay, so let's go here, and we'll see the two differences. So now just letting that all melt away. Melt, melt, melt. Melt, melt, melt. Okay. There we go. So there's the one, and then there's the other. So you can see the difference between the two. So Christine said she liked this one better. So we'll use that one. And we'll get our punch. There it is. I'm like, where's my punch? Okay, so see, this is what I mean by I did it backwards. I can't get in there. I should have stamped down here, and I stamped up there. So to mitigate that, just an FYI. I mean, it's super easy to fix. All you got to do is stick it in your paper trimmer and cut it down. Right? Duh. Okay. Just wasn't very smart. Now I can go in here and, oh, something stuck in there, and trim it down. Okay? So we're going to use this one first. So we'll use this one. Okay. So we're going to line it up as best as we can there. Okay. So I'm going to do Christmas in July. I have to do it either on Monday, July 27th, or on Saturday, July 25th. And the reason being is because the supplies have been ordered, and then I have to ship them to you, and then we'll do bingo, and bingo will be credits, like cash that you can use towards product, and then and we'll do it via Zoom or YouTube. I think most people like YouTube because then they don't have to be on camera, which then allows you some flexibility. And I will make cards in between, which then also gives people flexibility to do what they want. Most people don't stamp with me, so it might change my mind. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do both anyway, and we'll see which one looks good. So there's that one. So anyway, what do you think? Mondays are always nice, but then again, people are on holidays. And the thing is, the great thing about it is because you are on holidays, you can be anywhere in Canada as long as you have Wi-Fi. So we're cutting that corner because I need to get into that corner. Okay, and there's something jamming my punch all of a sudden. There. So I can't get in there easily. Okay, so we're going to line this up like so. And then the top one. So yeah, Saturday night or Monday night. And the reason I also say that, I probably have soccer Monday night. I forgot that's the 27th, so maybe it will be a Saturday night, unfortunately. And you do have to be there to win. I have had in the past, during bingo, some that weren't there. But if my kids aren't around to help me keep track of numbers, then it becomes a little difficult. But it's so much fun. Okay, so there's our 3. So there's the other one. So, which one do we use, right? I think I'm liking this one, Chris. It's just a little more defined. Here, I feel like it's a little more smooshed. So while we decide, we will assemble. That one's already assembled. So now we just need adhesive. Where did I put my adhesive? Oh, right here. Okay, I had to open a new bottle. And then we're going to add here to this panel. So we're going to build these panels up. And then add our piece right on top. Like so. Oh, I missed. It's okay. We'll just clean that up. And then we'll do this panel. Okay. Okay, I think we're going to go with that one. Haven't heard much from anyone else. Me too. Okay. Oh, this one actually has direction. So make sure you put that one in the right direction. There we go. And then last but not least, this panel. Okay. And then we'll put that right here. Okay. So I'll make sure I get those corners so that it doesn't lift up. Okay, and in we go. Ta-da! Okay, so like I said, so we're going to lay this flat so we can get this piece here. I'm going to use liquid glue. So it should fit in between the two lines, right? For those that have no social life, Saturday is good. Gives us something to... I don't have a social life either. Saturday nights is usually, seriously, is I craft. You know, like we should just have a no frills Zoom call and craft. So I craft, like I play a movie and just sit there and craft. Occasionally I might sit and watch a movie with the kids and stuff, but that's occasionally because they have no social life. They have more of a social life than I do. I mean, like Bishop's like constantly gone. Like his social life is so crazy. He has soccer playoffs because he plays rec. And then he has a birthday party tonight. And then next weekend he has a birthday on Saturday and Sunday. So he asked if they could go bush camping at another date because he's just so busy and doesn't want to miss all these parties. Isn't that funny? He's 13. Okay, same with me, Barb. That's good. Okay, there we go. So we've got all our panels in. We're done. Just kidding. Okay, so here's the tricky part. We have nowhere to write a note. So we got this piece here that's smaller, which is the same size as this one. And we have to hide it. So as you can see here, it fits just the same with a quarter inch smaller. So this one is the, let me just measure it. 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. 4 1/4 by, 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So that sits there. Because now you can write your note, but you're going to write your note right here. So I'm going to line that up like so, where I want it. I'm going to add adhesive here. Hello, Kim. Thanks for joining. Oh, always welcome. I appreciate you for being here and for being patient with me as I try and work through and navigate all these changes in this place that we call life. Okay, so then I'm just laying that down. I find it easier doing it this way than trying to lay it down and go, okay, is my panel hidden? Because that's what we want. So when I flip it over, you can't see the journaling piece. But then when you open it, it comes like this. Okay, so we will do bingo on July 25th, which works because Christmas is usually December 25th. So the parts have been shipped. You're going to get a quarter, like 6 by 12, a quarter pack of designer series paper. You're going to get all the bits and pieces to create 4 cards. You're going to get 2 yards of ribbon, which is this ribbon here, this gorgeous ribbon. And then I'm going to give you a full pack of embellishments because I don't want to cut that down. Okay. And the cost will be $45. Dun, 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 dun. Like so. And I'll have it shipped to you. Okay, so now on this card, I did it, there was one straight line and I didn't like it because I felt like this was all empty. But that's just me. So we're going to switch. I think we're going to switch to this one. So again, here's our 3 butterflies, flutterbys, like so. So we're going to center that big one and then put the 2 little ones on either side. So, like so. And then maybe if I just put it a little higher, that works. Right? That kind of works. But then I feel like it fits exactly across, which I think is kind of meh, in my opinion. So I have some of the words already cut, unless I'm missing one. I have you are, and where's my so appreciated. Uh-oh. I lost one. Sounds great. Okay, so who's all in? Who wants to play some bingo and win some credits? I don't know where my word so went. So we're just gonna I'm gonna cut it right here. Like that. And we're gonna cut right in the middle. And hopefully I cut straight, because I'm terrible. B-I-N-G-O. Oh, yes. Don't worry, Barb. I'll be leaning on you. Actually, I need to drop off for you this weekend my stuff for this month's card kits, because I don't have time. So, yes. I just got to figure out when I'm going to come into the city, because, again, now the kids are on a bit of a soccer break. It's MSA month. Last year we went through this and went through nationals, and now we get our year break, and then next year we'll be through nationals again. What's scary is both my kids will be competing for nationals. And if both teams win, the one bonus is they'll be in the same province if they both win. The crappy thing is I got to pay for 2 kids to go to nationals. OMG. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. You are so appreciated. Now, I'm just going to trim this a bit. Can you say cha-ching? This is why I don't go on vacation, because I spend too much money on soccer. Okay, so I cut the words up. You are so, kind of like you would see on a board. And go right to the edge. You are so, and then we're going to put appreciated. Maybe I will put it on the other end. Like this. I just thought it was weird if I kept it as one whole strip. Or is it not weird? I don't know. I'm in. She says I'm in. Of course she's in. Yes. Okay. Ta-da! Okie dokie. Good morning, Janice. Thank you for joining us. We're just talking about doing online bingo. So, but if you live so close, you're more than welcome to come and do bingo here. Because you just, when you're that close. And so I'm trying to convince my husband to add a TV in here. But I'm like, in my craft space. But then I'm like, where do I put a TV? Which wall do I put the TV? I'm being a little OCD. I can see that it's crooked. So I'm like, oh, and he's like, well, where are you going to put it? I'm like, I don't know. I just want a TV. Oh, I'm so funny. I'm so funny because I really don't know what I want. It's just we have an extra TV. Oh, there they are. I'm like, where's my dimensionals? Okay, does that look cheesy? Before I glue this down, does that look cheesy? Does it look dumb split like that? Versus, one word. Or maybe I should have just cut it in between here and just put you are so as one word along the top. You tell me. Please tell me. So before I glue down the words, I will glue down the butterfly and I'll wait for your feedback. So let me know if this looks cheesy. In the meantime, let's get these flutterbys on here. AKA butterflies. Okay, so I'm going to put one dimensional in the middle because it's big enough. That's all it needs. I'm going to find that center so that the big butterfly is in the middle. Okay, and then we're going to put dimensional on each of the other ones. So this one, yes. So you're talking about Kinsman Bingo? So no, I'm talking about Stampin' Up! Bingo. So I'm going to have Stampin' Up! Bingo, and you get a card kit that's filled with like, I don't know, 25 bucks worth of goodies. It'll cost $45 to play. And then, just like we did last time, except we're going to do it online. So it'll be bingo online. Bingo on steroids. Okay, I'm going to need minis. So back to my words. Does that look crazy and dumb? Let me know if that looks dumb. Because if it looks dumb, then I'm going to change it. Okay. And I accidentally took that one. Okay. I have these two big rocks in my yard that I love because they're like big black, kind of a charcoal looking granite rocks, and they're all, and I can't move them. I do find it a little choppy, right? I think it's this part here, up here, that looks a little choppy. You are so. Whereas here, it doesn't look choppy. So, I don't know. I just feel like, unless I break it up and do it this way, it's like making a puzzle. You are. You know, like that's what I kind of like. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know, like, so when you have those board displays, like Bishop's got one, he's got a pin, and then underneath each word or underneath each of his lapel pins, he has like the year he got them in. Because when you play soccer, you trade pins. Last year though, we were like handing out flags, trading flags. It's really dumb, but I'm like, who wants these flags? So, you know, gave them to the academy because you only get one. And I'm like, these are stupid. I'd rather trade pins. Because then the kids can keep those pins, you know? Okay, so I should go lower. That's probably why, because I'm too high up. I gotta match the two. Okay. So I'm gonna do one broken, one straight. So the other one's already straight, so then this one I'll do broken up. And then you can decide, whoever wins can decide which card they want. So you'll have to tell me at the end, if you win this week's draw, which like, I mean, you have to pick anyway, because I did different ones. So during the week, so this one goes up there. And so I'm just breaking it up more because I feel like it was just too much. Oops. New sheet. Okay. You are so appreciated. And then we're going to grab some dewdrop embellishments, which I had sitting here. Love these ones. And it's got Secret Sea, the green, which is what color? Can't remember what color the green is. Mossy Meadow, I think it's supposed to be. And then the white. Okay, move over, junkie. Okay, like that. And then we're going to add this. And then I'm just going to put them here because I felt like we needed a little bit more. And these are the bigger ones. There. Can you guys hear the birds whistling? Man, they wake me up every morning at 5. It's really hard to go to sleep after. Okay. There we have it. And we are done. Let's move these other butterflies out of the way. So there's your fun fold panel card, which then opens up like this, so you can see all 3 panels. And this is where you write your little note. So you can see I'm about 1/4 inch on either side. So you could do it like this and go, okay, I'm gonna put about 1/4 inch, and I hope you line it up and make sure, right? So you want that one hidden, so then you have a spot to write your note. And of course, when it stands up, it looks like this, like so. So here's my original one, and I put the one strip here on the bottom. Then I felt this was a little empty. So then here we've split it and put the two words, or the whole sentiment, and split it up so it kind of fills in the gap more. But maybe it's ugly, I don't know. So let me know which one you like better, a full strip or this one. And then when I do the draw this weekend, we'll know who wins. So this was today's fun fold, like that. And then yesterday, or I wasn't here yesterday because we had family. So then we did this one, which was case the catalog twice. So we did the catalog casing, right? So that's this one. So this would have been Wednesday and Thursday's cards right there. And then on Tuesday, shared some tips and tricks with you. So we ended up with 3 cards. So we have one here in Calypso Coral. Then we have one in Golden Glow. And then we have one in the Retired Color Peach Pie. So not too sure which one you like there. So make sure you comment the non-choppy one you like. Okay. For those of you who play Kings and Bingo, it will be at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Oh, that's early, isn't it? Usually it's in the evening, isn't it? So thanks for letting us know, Barb. That's good to know. And then the last one was casing Monday. This was case the catalog, or sorry, it was a sketch challenge from Global Design Project. So we did this one, and this one was the better one. So with the double panel, and I did it in a 6x6 instead. So there is our 4 cards. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and you'll be entered to win the draw. So if you like, share, and comment, that's 3 draw tickets to win 5 cards here, and then they will be mailed to you on the Monday. And then for everybody, if you place an order of $60 or more, you'll get a kit for August. And if you do 100, then you get the kit, plus you can add on the begonia stamp set, which I have not yet received myself, the begonia bell, for $7, right? It's so beautiful. Looking forward to that. So thanks for joining me. Have a great weekend. And we will see you at my new time on Monday at 7 p.m. Have a wonderful day. Happy stampin'.